We're live. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I am here today with Kelly. Hey, Kelly, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. So no classes this morning?
No, none at any of my companies.
Yeah. I'm Do you
Yeah.
normally take Saturdays off?
Sometimes, not every week. I've been
Yeah.
working at Budbee if it books. Sometimes, yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, that's right. We still have to talk about that one. That we haven't introduced that one here, but we will eventually when Kelly is ready and knows all the ropes there.
Right. They're not hiring right now, so I don't want to get everyone excited. When they're hiring, then I have to come on your channel and talk about it. Yeah.
Sounds good. All right, everyone. So today we're going to do a Q&A about Outschool. So if you have questions, put them in the chat box and we'll get to your questions as well. So I wrote a few down. So Outschool is really good about sending us emails. They have an educator library that we can look up. They have upcoming events. So I was trying to list everything that's upcoming, but we'll get to all of that in just a minute. I'm pulling up my questions now. So Kelly, how long have you been with Outschool?
A little over 2 years now. So
Awesome.
yeah.
I just got a message from VIP Kid, my 3 years. I'm like, oh.
I'm 4 with them.
Wow.
Or maybe it's 5. I've lost track.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's like when somebody asks me how old I am, I lie on accident. I forget.
I know you don't want to think about it as an adult.
Right. Okay, so I've researched some questions and here's some top questions. And if we don't know all the answers to them, I will look them up eventually and get back with you. But so Kelly, the first major question that keeps coming up are Outschool classes recorded?
Yes, they are. Every class is recorded. However, the teacher can decide to release that recording to the class or not. I do, because when my son was taking Outschool classes, I like to watch them to see what he was doing in class. There's a lot of people who feel really adamant on the Facebook pages about not doing it so people don't see children. I mean,
Right.
I think most people who are going to watch that just want to see their own kids in the class. And if
Right.
something happens in class that is inappropriate, or let's say this happened to me once, a student stays after class to share something personal, then you can hide individual recordings.
Oh, okay. So also with that is they do not have to be on camera. We check in as teachers to make sure it's who they say they are, but they don't have to stay on the camera. So if you're, a parent worried about that, then you can request not to have your child on the video. So I think that's important. And if you miss a class, it's nice to be able to go back and watch the teacher's video. So if you're doing an ongoing class, right, Kelly, and somebody misses one, they can go back and watch it.
Yes. And also, so you can get check marked, or there's a way that Outschool can verify you ahead of time, and then you don't have to be on camera at all. If you're not verified ahead of time, then you just have to show in the beginning yourself real quick so we can verify you. And as a teacher, we really prefer if you are on camera, because I like to see the interaction and your facial expressions, and I feel like I get more from it. So I encourage you to be on camera, but you don't have to.
And if there are certain classes that need, for example, your hand grip or certain things that you're doing, you might need to be on camera for that too, or your child needs to be on camera for that as well. So excellent. Anything else more about recordings?
No.
I think we pretty much covered the basics there. So just know that you do, as parents, have some say in that. So this is up there a lot as well. One of the top questions was, is Outschool worth it?
Are they asking from a teacher's perspective or from a student's perspective?
Let's give both.
Okay.
You pick one.
All right. Well, actually, my answer is yes to both of them then.
Me too.
So I make no bones about it. I love teaching for Outschool, and I've done it for 2 years, and it's been wonderful. I think the classes are awesome, and there's literally every subject you can think of. There's all different kinds of teachers. It's a marketplace. So if you do find a teacher class you don't like, try a different one.
Right.
Yeah.
And for those of you just getting started, I did not add our codes below, Kelly, but I will. We have codes that you can get $20 off when you sign up. And then, for example, Kelly would get $20 off, or Rebecca, I'm adding hers as well because she's on here on Saturdays with us as well, usually. So you can get $20 off to try out Outschool as well. But I definitely think it's worth it, especially for if a student is struggling in a certain subject area, or if a homeschool parent is like, look, I love to teach this, this, and this, but I don't like to teach this part, then you can have this to supplement your teaching as well. And classes vary from all different prices and so, and as far as teachers go, Outschool really they do a really good job marketing. As far as platforms go, Outschool hands down has been the best one to market as far as what I can see. I mean, VIP Kid did a good job too with their groups in China and stuff. But if you're looking on Facebook and things, you will see Outschool coming up all over. So
yes, I've seen YouTube ads. And I'm not on Instagram, but my friends have told me they've seen Instagram. So they definitely do a lot of marketing.
Yeah. So when they say they take out that 30%, at least they're marketing for us. There are other companies that do not. So we'll just leave it at that. And another top question was, what does Outschool pay?
Okay. Yeah, well, it's a marketplace. So you get to decide. And then like Casey just mentioned, whatever you charge, they take 30%. So, I mean, there's so many factors that go into how you should price your classes, but I mean, it's the law of supply and demand. Is your class is your class in demand? Are there other teachers teaching it? Have you been on the platform a long time? All of those things can go into what and how you should price your classes.
Right. And with that, another question was, how much is Outschool? So we talked about the teachers pay. So obviously the parents pay what the teacher is asking for it. Sometimes teachers offer discount codes or the coupons, things like that as well. Just know, this is being a teacher, I guess, just know that teachers are not only teaching that 30-minute class, that 1-hour class. They are prepping, they are buying supplies, materials, they are trying to advertise as well. So we see it a lot in some of the groups where parents are like, well, can I get a free class? Can I get this class for $1? Just know that the teachers are there teaching to earn money, but they're also taking time outside of class to build their classes as well. So just want to put that out there.
Yes, definitely. 'Cause I've seen both extremes as far as pricing on Outschool. I've seen people who undercharge, like they're charging like $2 a class, like on the Outschool platform, not even as a discount. And then I've seen people charge like $18, $20 for a group class. I guess it depends. If it's something very high demand and not a lot of other teachers are teaching it, you can. But if you're complaining, if you're charging a super high price and complaining about bookings, then maybe you need to look at that. And don't forget their group classes. So the price per student isn't how much you're going to get. If you have a lot of students paying into the pot, that's still a lot for you. And the advantage to group classes is it's not supposed to be too expensive for the parents.
Right. Yeah. I think tutoring, you definitely can charge a little bit more if you're doing one-on-one,
that's
one versus
different.
two.
Yeah, because then whatever the person pays is what you make. Yeah.
Okay, another question. Does Outschool have an app?
They do for learners, not for the teachers. I haven't been on the app because my kids aren't taking classes anymore, but what I've seen on the Facebook pages is there's definitely still some kinks to work out. Like some people said they had to pay $14 for what was supposed to be a free class or something that. Yeah. So yeah, they do, but I think they're still working on it. I'd love one for teachers too, Outschool.
Yeah. Yeah. And it, like Kelly said, it's brand new. So there are going to be some glitches and some, learner pangs and pains and all of those. So it's coming. But on the flip side of that, Outschool does really good also problem solving. So if somebody did get charged on accident, I would see that would be resolved fairly quickly with Outschool. Don't you think?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Yeah, I have all good to say about Outschool. I always
Yeah.
have, although I don't
Yeah.
teach much on it. But okay, let's see. Is Outschool worth it? We already answered that one. There's lots of people worried about the pricing on Outschool. So I think
And
we did a
there's
good job.
literally every price under the sun. And if
Right.
money is tight, go to Outschool free and discounted classes. And a lot of people will post last minute. Like I usually discount if I've got room last minute, or if they've got a new class or something, they'll post free and discounted classes.
And outschool.org was offering some scholarships. So you can go there and check that out too to see if you qualify. Kelly, what are Outschool groups?
Okay, so it's almost like a Facebook group, except it's for kids. And then you as a teacher would be like just monitoring it and making sure that it the kids aren't being inappropriate. So it's kind of more like a safe space. They can interact with other kids on social media, with an adult, and with, other kids, and it's only within Outschool. It's not like a game where it could be an adult claiming to be a kid or something.
Right. So that just brought us to the next question that was asked. It says, is Outschool safe?
Yes, I think they go through great lengths to be safe. They had all of us teachers, if we hadn't done it, if we were hired before they required you to watch a safety video, we all had to do it by July 31st, or we were going to get our classes unlisted. I have to say I did it on July 21st, 31st, I'm sorry.
Right.
So, and then they have all kinds of rules and regulations, and yes, they go through great lengths to make sure of that.
Yeah. And I as a teacher, I was always brought up, or through school, being a mandatory reporter. So there was a lot of questions on, well, I saw this happen. Should I report? Should I report? And I would say Outschool has a safety team. Report anything that you feel is necessary to that team so that they can view the videos. They can look into it, because if we report it, then they can find out if it needs to be researched more, looked into more. But if we don't report it, then nobody is there standing up for that child. So if you see something, say something to the safety team.
Yes. And then those of us who came from VIP Kid, didn't happen to me, but I'm sure we saw it a lot on the Facebook pages. Like a lot of people would see abuse, and then China doesn't have like CPS or anything. So and you're over the computer, a lot of people felt helpless. So it's good that we have something like this.
Yeah, I agree. And it makes you feel better if you see something and you're just not sure, just to say it and let them look into it. I think it, not only is it, that whole CYA, you're covering your own tush, but you're looking out for your students. It makes you feel good that you really do have a say. So, and then are Outschool classes live?
Yes. Most of them. They do have a flex class option, but they have 4 different formats, and 3 of the 4 are live. So most of them are live.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like both classes. I prefer live classes, but as a teacher trying to make some passive income, the non-traditional flex classes are a pretty good deal as well.
Yeah, I would have to say it's not totally passive. Okay, so I've only done one round of a flex class, and it was a lot of work getting it up and running. And then when you do it the second time, at least I won't have to edit the videos, but you still have to re-upload all the posts and stuff. So it's sort of passive, but not really.
I agree.
Yeah.
And there are other companies that do have passive ones that you can just upload your videos. But it's kind of neat to be able to interact with the kids. For example, I had some reading classes, some story time classes, and then the kids would do an art project or something with that. And they would upload their pictures and their art projects and things, and you can say, oh, great job. And I think it also helps you build rapport with them, and just look at what they're doing. And if your teaching is working, right, it's a good indicator. If they're doing their work and conversing with you, then your classes are working. So I had another question for you and I lost it here, Kelly. What I'm looking at, just so if anybody knows, there's a site that you can type in certain things and get the top questions on the web right now about it, but it goes in a circle. So I'm trying to read the, read the circle. So here's a big question. How does Outschool work? I would say on
That's a
the
pretty
parent
broad
side.
question. Is that like, I'm guessing the person who asked that is like maybe trying to sign their kids up for classes.
That's what I'm thinking too. So how would somebody do that?
So you can create an account with a Google, you could create it through Facebook, and then you just can start looking for classes and sign up and use someone's link, and then you get $20. You can get $20 of free classes when you first sign up. So, and then as far as on the teacher side, it's a marketplace. So the teachers create their own classes, subjects, everything. So yeah, so you can just start looking and sign up, and there's a class for everyone because there's all types of subjects.
Yeah, definitely. All right, let's ask one more. And I thought this one was kind of funny because this came up in VIP Kid a lot, but I didn't see it for Outschool a lot, but it is on here. And is Outschool legitimate?
Yes. It's legitimate for the kids. Ask anyone who's taken a class. My own son's taking classes, and it's legitimate for the teachers. Yes. We are teaching classes and making money teaching online.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you do get paid. We've all gotten paid. I will say that recently I was paid for a referral that I hadn't heard from in so long. So my dog just decided to play with her toys. Now it's going to get Kelly's dog barking again.
Oh, that's okay. She's not even in the room. Plus I'm wearing headphones. But yeah, my dog, sometimes I'll watch Casey's videos and her dog barks in the background and then mine starts barking, just letting our audience know what we're talking about.
Yeah, just so you know.
Yeah.
There is another question. I'll just answer it really quick since it just came up. And that's, does Outschool require a degree?
No.
Nope. 18 years old and have a passion for teaching and a passion for a subject. That's about it.
Right. Like they have cooking classes and video games. I mean, so you don't need a degree for that. An 18-year-old can teach a video game class better than I can who has a degree. So
right?
You don't need a degree.
I never would have thought of the video games as a class, but I see it as such a benefit now because parents are looking for a safe space for their kids to play. And this is a really good safe space. They have a little group of friends on there. So kudos to the first teacher that started doing that. I know there's lots of them now, but that's really smart.
It is. Yes. Yeah. And adults monitoring it. I mean, yeah, that's really good.
Right. You can't ask for more than that as a parent. So,
right.
All right, Kelly, that's all I had on my list today. Anything else you want to add?
No, I think you covered it all.
So what kind of classes do you have?
Okay, so I have government civics classes. I have an ongoing class. I have a one-time 3 branches of government class, which I have several sections open in August. I have a 2-day video camp, learn all about, how to have good shots and framing, doing video. And I'm restarting a book club about kind of the beginning of our country, Revolutionary War era, but also that was what the beginning of our government. So it kind of got like a sister class to my government class. And sometimes they even overlap. Like in both classes, we talk about the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence. Just in the book club, we're reading a book first and discussing it. So
excellent.
A little different in that way, right? And then any classes I'm not thinking, did I forget any of my classes? Oh, Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
That's the one I always think.
You think? Yes, I have one section of that still going, willing to open more. Let's see. And occasionally I have an American Girl Tea Party, but I don't have any sections open for that right now. So
right. So if you ask her, she might be able to open that for you.
Yes.
Grab your friends, grab your kids' friends, and have a tea party with Kelly. Yeah. So awesome. Thanks, Kelly. Thanks for coming today and answering all those questions.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. We're here on Saturdays at this time. Come and join us next week. We'll see you guys all next time.
All right. Bye.
Thanks, Kelly.